expect the great. Whenever I look at a student, you know, I never read their record before the first day of school because when I see them, I expect great. And I think if each and every teacher meets the challenge of looking at a student and expect the great out of them, then therefore you have to give what's the greatest part of you to that child in order for them to move forward in life. So if your expectation is great and then you're giving great, the limitations, there are none. So that's my challenge that I would offer to teachers: expect great.
I think when we think about strength in schools, and specifically strengths in Maryland public schools, we're talking about a commitment to engage. Whether it be engaging children on an eye-to-eye level, whether it be engaging policymakers on the policies that make a difference for teachers, whether it be just engaging in a lesson or in a lesson study with other practitioners, we have to stay committed and engaged to each other and to the students that we serve to make a difference. It's something that I believe in, it's something that I pledged my entire career to, and hopefully when and if I ever retire, I can look back and say that I was always committed to making a difference for students.
You have to stand up for what you believe is right. You have to be the voice out there, because if not, the people that are the naysayers take over, and then everything that you think is right, you know works in the classroom, and you know what we need to do, does not happen. So you have to advocate for what is good for those students. People who aren't in there can sit up there and talk and make it really sound really good, but they're not talking from the job, and they need to hear that. So you have to go out and you have to open your mouth and you have to be heard.
So I think building a good, strong vision and building a good, strong strategic plan moves us from a reactive state to a proactive state that says, we've got a lot to offer as educators. Here's how we can move this dime forward. Here's how we can make genuine change in the state of Maryland. There's a lot of folks who are calling for school reform. This so-called reform really misses the mark on so many levels. But I'll tell you one thing, if there's one organization that can speak to how we need to look at schools in the next decade, in the next 20 years, in the next 30 years, it's MSEA.
I'm joining my colleagues in leading the charge for strong schools and a strong MSEA.